Hi, it's James from Tabletop Gaming Guild, and today we're going to take a look at How Many What, which is a game published by the OP, which plays between 2 to 8 players. Now, this is a party game. We're going to be using dry erase markers and dry erase boards and writing down numbers here of quantities of things that are either going to be gauged in height, weight, or length versus something else, and you're going to be trying to get the closest answer. But similar to like wits and wagers, other players will be able to guess on which board they think is the closest to the correct answer, and it doesn't have to be there, so they can score some points even if they have no idea what the answer is. So let's go ahead down the table here. I'm going to show you how this game plays, and then we're going to come back and I'm going to give you my final thoughts. All right, so this is game How Many What, and it's going to be a game where you're going to play over a specific number of rounds here, and you're going to be trying to score the most points to win. This game comes with a good amount, so 8 of the dry erase markers. The game plays up to 8 players. You get 8 of these little pads that you can play with, and you have all these different player tokens that players can pick from. And there's a good amount of those. You also, the game itself has the board here, and you can write the player's name on here, and you can write their scores during the game, and this is dry erase. So that's what that is. And then you also have this Crybaby Compendium. This is going to show the sizes, lengths, heights, weights of some of the cards that you're going to of the things you're going to be comparing with. So if someone is complaining about what a height is or what a length is, they can actually use this if it becomes a big deal. But in the spirit of the game, you're not supposed to do that. A game also comes with 3 different category decks here, and these decks are very thick. And what you're going to do is you're going to put these out so they're within everyone's reach. You're going to give each player a dry erase marker, and you're going to give each player one of these little boards here that you can write on. You'll also have each player pick a token that they want, and they're going to use that to mark what card they think is going to be right, which we're going to go over in a second. Now, in a 2 to 6 player game, each player is going to read one of these cards, and we're going to go around the table, and each player is going to do that twice. In a 8 player game, each player is only going to do a card once. So you'll have 8 rounds with the 8-player game, or 14 rounds with the 7-player game, or 12 rounds with the 6-player game, and so on and so forth. So what you're going to do, say it's my turn, is I'm going to pick one of these 3, and then I'm going to read this out loud. I'm going to say, how many blank long was the Titanic? And you will pick whether you want to do mooses, bottlenose dolphins, can't talk today, balance beams, green avocados, and each player is going to write a number down on here once you pick one. So we'll say, how many mooses long was the Titanic? And we're going to be, well, you know what, that's probably, I'm going to guess 40. I have no idea. And someone's going to say like 20, and someone says like 10. All right, now each player is going to take their token and place it on which one they think is going to be correct. All right, then we're going to reveal it, and we're going to say it is 98 mooses long. That is a large amount of mooses. So the first one, without going over, is going to be that 40 there. So they have 1. Now, you're going to get a point is awarded to the player who wrote the closest guess to the answer. So 40, so I would have got a point. 1 point is awarded for each player who placed a token on the winning whiteboard. And then 1 additional bonus point is awarded if you wrote the closest answer and you placed your token on the winning board. So you could get a bunch of points per turn, and that's how that works. And you're going to add up these points, and you're going to keep on going. So one really important thing is, now that everyone's guessed that, I get to do a second one, and that still counts as me having 1 card. So next time I'll say, how many, let's say, green avocados long is the Titanic? So, and then everyone will write on their boards, put their things out, and score their points. And then I'll be done with that. In an 8-player game or 7-player game, that'll be the only, I won't read another card. That'll be the only card that I read. In a 6 or 7 players, it'll come back around to me and I'll do it one more time, so everyone has 2. But everyone's going to read off their cards, and once that's done, we're going to see who has the most points, and the person with the most points is going to win. If there's a tie for some reason, tied players share the victory. So a couple things to note. Don't overthink your guess. It's all about enjoying the absurd fun of this game. That's why there's a Crybaby Compendium, just in case someone just can't handle it. But in general, just have fun with the game itself. So the answer is going to be sometimes a decimal point, so keep that in mind. So you could have 5.2 or something like that. And so some of these answers will be like 20.1 or something like that, and that's fine on there. And it's always the closest without going over that wins it. If 2 people have the same number, so 40 and 40, and they're the closest, both players will get a point, and that. So again, to recap, how you're going to be playing the game is when it's your turn here, you're going to be reading the card here. You're going to pick one of these things. So like we'll do this one. How many matchsticks tall is a fire hydrant? And then everyone's going to guess. You're going to score up the points. And then you're going to do a second one on this card. It's going to be how many Sharpie markers is a fire hydrant tall? And then everyone's going to guess. And then you'll be done with your turn. And again, with a 6 and under, you're going to do that twice. With a 7 and 8, you'll do that once. Now, for scoring again, if you're the right answer, you get a point. If you put your token on the right answer, you get a point. And if your card was right and your token's on it, you get another point. So you can get up to 3 points on a turn. All right, so that is how you play How Many What. Let's go ahead back up to the table here, and I'll give you my final thoughts on this game. So that was How Many What. So a couple caveats with this. One is I don't like party games in general. I really find very few that I ever really like getting into. And yeah, that's the big caveat there. The other one here is the component quality is okay. This is actually fine. And that's because you're not really shuffling these cards, so the component quality of the cards doesn't have to be like to the level where you're supposed to shuffle them and stuff. There's a good amount of cards in here for each of the categories, so there's a ton of replayability in here. And the player token things are fine. So you're not looking for like, you don't need crazy quality on this game, but it's enough that it's good for this game here. So those were my caveats. The gameplay itself. Well, like I said, I don't like party games. However, I did have a lot of fun with this. And most of the fun was having people just go nuts over the fact that they don't know how long a whale is or whatnot. Now, this does have the Crybaby Compendium, so if anyone gets totally bent out of shape, they can look at that and get the size, height, or length, or weight, or whatever they want from it that they're doing the comparisons from. That's fine. Overall, this game was a lot of fun for me. I think I will probably play this game a couple more times on there. And this might be a game that I bring out on occasion, which with me not liking party games, that is an amazing thing from me. If you do like party games, especially games like Wits and Wagers and stuff, this game would probably be for you. The big advantage to this game, though, that was a disadvantage with Wits and Wagers is a lot of the questions that Wits and Wagers have become outdated very quickly. That's not the case for this. So that is something really nice. I always, you get the games of Wits and Wager, and then you get like a couple of years passes, and no one really cares about like what the World Hot Dog Eater was 14 years ago because your game's old. They want to know like what's the up-to-date record. So that was one of the things, and that's one of the games that I think would actually have gone really well with an app, but I'm way in left field right now. Either way, if you like games like this game is definitely really good. And this game, I would highly recommend picking up and playing if you play that type of game a lot. If you're looking for a party game and you're like me, you're not really into party games, but you're looking for one to play with friends and family, this is another game that I would highly recommend getting. I think it was really a lot of fun. So yeah, that's my thoughts on How Many What. If you like what we do, please like and subscribe. It really helps us out a lot. It helps us get more videos out to you all and all that fun stuff. But either way, I hope you have a great day and thank you for watching.